Well, good afternoon, folks. Went and got the big traco this morning. It was out of town. Finally got it back to town, and had to take my fuel trailer over to the repair shop and get one of the motors on it worked on. But I'm gonna mess around with this out here at the farm today. Get some of this brush stacked up a little better, and may try to dig this little pond out right here. My entrance is coming in. Gonna come in right here. I gotta lower this down. I'm just waiting on permit from TDOT. This is a state road, so they're being a little hard on me, but thinking my entrance is going to come right down through here, kind of right where the traco's sitting. And I'm going to take all of this pond dirt that's wet, and I'm going to put it in this low area here and build this up pretty high, and then come in here with good red dirt and build me a good road around through here around the edge of the pond. But I'm gonna put a pond here and a pond down there in the bottom. So I've got a lot of work to do out here, but I'm gonna set in just kind of messing around today. Nothing too serious. I don't have the dozer out here. I don't want to get too much of this pond dirt out just yet before I strip all this, save all the topsoil I can. But I'll set you guys up here on the traco and let you kind of watch. See if that'll work any better. Main goal is just trying to get this wet area dug out best I can, because the longer this stuff has to to sit here and dry, the better. This nasty dirt looks like it's drying decent. Oh, never mind, it's still holding a bunch of water. I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about here. This nasty stuff. Let it dry all summer. There's a bottom down there somewhere. It's about 4 foot deep, but just kind of wanted to dig me a little test hole there. But you guys can really see there. It's maybe hard to see on camera, but you can definitely tell there used to be a pond here, just the way this lays in here like this. But I'm gonna go down here to this bottom, move some of this brush out of the way, stack it up a little better. I want to dig out a hole down here at the bottom where all this water might collect. Excuse me. Basically just take and pile all this stuff up and let it dry. That's all I really know to do. Then when I get ready to build the pond down below, I'm gonna build me a little This is basically going to be a detention pond, and to dry this area up here. And when this pond gets full up top, I'm going to pipe it all the way down the edge of the property to the pond down there. So I think it's going to work out good. I just got to be careful not to get stuck. Which what I've really got going for me now is the top of this ground is dried pretty good. It's going to make great topsoil one of these days, whenever it does dry out. But getting it to dry out is going to be the issue. I gotta be careful not to get stuck. Already sinking down pretty decent. That's pretty much all I can do with this, is just dig it out and let it dry. I'll try not to sling mud all over the windshield if I can keep from it. How wet and nasty this stuff is. It'll dry on top of this ground like this, I promise. It'll take it a couple of months, but when I was working down in Nashville for a big dirt company, we had to clean out a detention pond, a settling pond, basically, sediment pond, and we piled up mud like this and just left it sitting for basically the whole summer. And come about October, it was finally in our way, so we decided to do something with it, and it was just the prettiest topsoil you'd ever seen. And ended up working out really good for us. Opening up this big pond, this big hole like this, it'll let water leach into this open area, because water goes to the area of least resistance. So all of this water should pull into this one open exposed area here. As you can see, it's gonna make some gorgeous topsoil when it dries. So I think that's basically all this really is. This is just where sediment is basically just washed into this area, and it stays wet in here to begin with, and then you get a bunch of sediment and stuff, running in. Need to move this brush out of my way. Still waiting on a permit from TDOT to get my entrance in. The track hoe was easy to get in here because I just dive it right off the side. Don't have to worry about getting hung up in the ditch or anything. But my 6N, it has it has a drawbar on it, so if I get that drawbar hung in the ditch when I'm, diving it off the side, I could be in trouble. So just gonna try and wait till they, this stuff's not super muddy. I mean, it's wet for sure, but it's a little drier than I expected it to be. Right now, all I'm trying to do is just get the lower area dug out, where maybe the upper area of the dirt will be drying, and it'll make it easier to handle it and mess with it. When I'm ready to get it out of the way, ready to dig the upper, the head section out up there. Maybe it'll be drier, because all the water should locate down here to this bottom. Keyword being should. But we'll see. That's all I know to do with this stuff. Just dig it out and throw it out and let it be drying. It's not going to dry sitting down there in that hole. That is for a fact. But that's the goal, is just try to get this thing dried up. Kind of spread this mud out with Traco best I can, where it's not too thick, where it'll set in this pile and just bake. And it may not go anywhere. It may just, the mud just may be too impermeable, and it may just hold water. It may not. This may not work for what I'm doing. If it doesn't, it ain't no big deal. But I figured I'd give it a shot while I don't have the back dump here or the dozer. I can't really do a whole lot of dirt work, so. We'll dig it out. I mean, this bottom's pretty hard. It's not the greatest, but it's hard. This is that sandy loam. It's I worked on a project back in 23. I had to build a building pad for a set of storage units, and this is the same kind of material. It had a wet weather spring running through it, and pretty much the same stuff. Let's back up a little bit, not get stuck the first 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to scoot over. Get up here on the little drier land. But let me tell you, it is wet. I gotta get me some fresh cars. That's gonna be the golden ticket. Those fresh cars. Scratching my counterweight on that stick right there. But it's soupy. Very soupy. That over there, that won't make nothing. That's just garbage. Just wet garbage. It's sure gonna be pretty when I get done, but it's gonna take a lot of work. I'll have to move most of this stuff twice, which is not a huge deal. Right now, I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just trying to get a hole dug to try to concentrate all this water, or maybe it'll come into this lower area here and kind of pull it out of that top portion. That's all I'm trying to do right now. I figured coming up the hill a little ways it'd be getting a little drier. Still pretty wet. Still pretty wet right there. I will. I can fix it. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. Traco's really not sinking as bad as I thought it would. Of course, 90% of me is on top of some drier ground here, but I thought it might do pretty decent. This Traco's got pretty wide pads on it. Yeah. Sinking right there. If it's holding just that track up pretty decent, then I'm gonna do really good when I get some fresh cars to run on out here. very many places that I think I'm even going to need these crush cars. But I'm thinking the best thing I can do with this right now, like I've said before, is just get it dug out and let it be drying. The longer this stuff has to dry, the better, in my opinion. It's not going to be, you know, phenomenal, you know, good topsoil or anything like that. But now that I'm in here looking, you know, it's pretty. It's just sandy loam is all it is. It's a silty clay is really what they call it. It's got gray and white and orange, and it's a weird material, but it's, you know, swamp material basically what it is. But luckily, I'm going to get some really good content out of this for YouTube, and I really enjoy building ponds, so I think this is all going to work out great. I've got the equipment to do it, and I think I've got the know-how, so I think it's going to work out just fine. Beautiful thing about it is I've got nothing but time. I'm not in any deadline. You know, customers don't have any customer to fuss and, you know, say I'm taking too long, whatever. So that's the beautiful thing about it. If I gotta move it twice, I gotta move it twice. So this is what it is. Once I get it dug out pretty good, I can actually get the excavator down in the pond and lay it behind me. I wasn't sure if the loader was gonna be a good fit out here, so I just moved it to another job. Brought the track hoe out here, and now that I'm seeing there's a bottom, a pretty stable bottom down there that I can run on, it's gonna be all right. This isn't going to be a very deep pond. It's just going to serve a purpose. Is basically all it's doing. Decent. Pretty decent. Well, test my luck. Drive out here and try to reach this. Just gonna try to drag it over here. I know this pond will hold water up here. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera or not, but that gray, this orange and gray and brown, and it's a very, very, it's not good for much else, but building a pond, yeah. I think this stuff all day long, build a pond. super wet until I get to about right here. And it ain't as bad anymore. I'm sure some of you are questioning why I bought this property. I haven't. When I can get to the back, the neighbor planted beans, so I can't go around that way. But when I can get to the back, I'll show you just how pretty it is back there. That's the best part. And I got this property at a very good price because I knew coming into it what it would take to make this property usable. And that's what I told the guy that owned it. I was like, you have a really piece of property here, really pretty piece of property here, but the problem is right now you can't get to the part that is what makes it, makes this property so nice. I was like, that's the issue. And I said, what you're asking, it'd be worth it if it had a road built and a dam built across that wet weather spring. I said it'd be 100% worth it. No questions asked. But I said the amount of time and money, like if I wasn't in this business, there's no way I would have bought this property. Like if I couldn't do all this work myself, there's no way I could have, you'd spend 50 grand, easily 50 grand making this property, getting a dam across the bottom there and making this little area here usable. You spend a lot of money, and that's what I had to tell that guy. I was like, you've got something that could be really good, but right now it's not. Right now it's not usable. So work on your price a little bit and we'll come to an agreement. And granted, I didn't know that this area was this wet. It's really strange. It all drains down there to the bottom. Like it's got plenty of fall down through there. That's kind of the part that's got me a little bit puzzled. Looks to me like it would have no issue at all draining. Because I mean, even down there at the bottom where the water gets out for that wet weather spring that runs down the center of the two properties basically, it's that water gets out clear as day. I mean, you can see it running like a creek. But all the ground around it is so saturated. And something you've got to keep in mind too. We've had one of the wettest, if not the wettest, month of March and month of May on like ever recorded. So I mean that's all it's done is rain for months on end. I mean, it makes sense why this ground is so wet, but I think it's going to be a bit of a problem child, so I'm just going to go ahead and dig it out and build a nice pretty pond right here and not have to worry about it. Not have to worry about mowing it. It'll catch all that water that comes out of that spring up there, and I think it's just going to work out good. I'm excited to see what it turns into. It's just going to take a little bit of hard work. And diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is a very important factor in this. A lot of hard work and a lot of diesel fuel. out. It's just going to take it a couple of months to dry out, which is perfectly fine. That's all I've got is time out here. So, I mean, I'm going to try to get my house started in the near future, but, you know, probably, hopefully October is when I'd like for them to be here building it. But we'll see what they allow. But for right now, to keep from making just a bloody mess, I think this is all I'm going to dig out for now, and just see if this water will make its way down through here. Don't know if it will. Water's getting a little warm. Of course, it is 100 degrees today. Dig more out, but just don't really want to make too big of a mess here. Seems like the water's getting out pretty decent, but I don't know. Dig out half of it, just throw it up on the bank and let it be drying. Be ugly for a while, but I think it'll be better to do it like this. I mean, honestly, the longer this stuff has to dry, the better, in my opinion. See it? I don't know if you guys can see those colors. See those colors, the orange and the gray, and that's just a silty, what they call a silty clay. It's great for pond bottoms. It doesn't let water out at all. And it's decently hard. You can bridge over the top of it, no problem. Like I said, I built a big build pad for a set of storage units on top of a bunch of that stuff. Just put down some heavy duty geotextile fabric, and just went to town. Just put me a good layer of good dry red clay over the top of it, and it bridged just the best. Pass-proof rolls, compaction, everything we needed to do. So it worked out good. It's a lot harder down here. A lot less of this stuff. gauges will fool you. I need to look here in a minute, just make double sure. I've looked several times, but it looks like your machine's running hot, and you check the gauge and it's like 190 degree water temperature. Hydraulics are 190, 200, you know, which is normal operating temperatures. It's 100 degrees outside, so she's gonna be warm, there's no doubt. It appears that buying an LGP dozer was a pretty good call. I didn't even buy it for this. You know, I've always wanted to try an LGP dozer, and I didn't know it was going to be this wet out here. But it's gonna come in handy out here, as wet as this is. See, that's pretty good dry material there. I can live with that. I'm gonna actually take back my bucket and make this mud just a little bit thinner across through there. The thinner you make this stuff, the quicker it'll dry out. Spread it out. Put the track hoe over this field and just let it bake all summer. It's gonna dry it out really nice. And then you'll have a usable, you know, fill material. Just gonna take all this stuff and either put it in my borrow pit up there or put it up against the road when it gets dry enough, just to fill that area in. Kind of an eyesore area. Trying to make this halfway decent looking for the time being. Check these temperatures real quick. Performance 213 engine, 186 hydraulic. Is pretty, it's a touch on the warm side, but it isn't, like I said, it is 100 degrees outside, and I'm shifting this heavy muck, so I think it's okay. I'm gonna put the dam down here somewhere to this little pond. Not exactly sure where just yet, but probably have to bring a pump out here a few times, or our big 4-inch trash pump. When I get ready to build the, I don't know what I'm gonna do just yet. I may just make this a pit pond. I don't even know that I'll build a dam down here. Folks, I'm going to keep digging here for a little while, and I'll kind of turn this camera back on here in a little bit when I kind of get to a stopping point. Well, folks, I'm very, very, very pleased to see this right here. This is, there's about a 16 foot cut right here. This is really going to be just nothing. And guys, when I tell you this is the best red dirt I've seen in a while. I mean, just absolutely perfect. I don't think the camera really does it justice. See how it's smearing on the bank down there? I mean, this dirt here is going to be incredible. And it's right here, perfect where I need it to be. I can steal this whole corner here and build my dam down there, build that little baby dam down there. I mean, guys, it's just, I'm just tickled pink. I can't express to you how happy I am. I was worried I wasn't gonna have dirt on property the way that dirt was down there. But guys, when I say this is, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. But oh, that just makes me so happy. There, I mean, seriously, I'm standing on because my property line goes all the way, probably all the way up here, if I had to guess. And it goes back this way. So they're even on my property here, but that's okay. But I mean, guys, there's 15 foot of elevation change from down there to here. So I'm gonna hog this whole corner out, make this my borrow pit, and the dirt's just really, really close right here where I need it to be to build my dam down there and build my little baby dam for my little pond up here. And then I can take all of this dirt, all of this muck, and I'd say what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna build my dam down there first, and that'll open up a big area here, and then I can just go ahead, then I can start excavating the pond and putting all the dirt back in here, all the wet dirt back in here, be letting it dry and then blading it down, and then I can fill this back in, fill it up to the edge of the property line here, and nobody will ever know the difference. So I'm tickled pink. You guys have no idea how much that excites me right there. That's the best red dirt you can have. A little bit of chert in it. Oh, it's good stuff. But all right, guys, I'm gonna end this video here. Well, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go down there and show you guys what I did in the little pond, and then I'm gonna end the video. Wait till I get the back dump and the dozer out here, and then we'll get to work on this bad boy. Well, folks, I fibbed to you. I couldn't take it. I had to come back here to the back and do a little bit of clearing. I'm getting really excited. I just found the best red dirt I could possibly have found. I've got a really good plan about what I'm gonna do. So basically, let me get this tree out of the way and I'll show you guys kind of what's going on. So essentially, all of that up through there is super, super wet. And it's pretty dry over here, which is really strange. pretty good and dry, where I'm setting pretty dry all the way down to the spring there, and then over there is super soppy wet. So basically what I'm gonna do is pretty much right in line right here. The edge of the property's right there, kind of goes back on an angle this way a little more, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig me a big, if you guys follow Let's Dig 18 or Dirt Perfect or those guys, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. You've probably seen it before, but I'm gonna dig a core trench right here and fill it full of all of that good clay up there on that hill, truck it down here in the back dump, and build this up probably, I'd say somewhere top of this track hoe, maybe even a little higher, and that'll get me a big spot up there, you know, dug out. And then I can take all of this crappy mucky garbage, right, and dig it out, and then I can put it up in that hole up there, and basically I won't have to worry about anything after that, because the pond dam will be up. That's the most important thing. And then once I get that up in the air, I'll be able to get across through here. May even, I don't know, but it's going to be a little challenging getting the muck out. But digging this core trench, I may dig me a sump hole right here, a big hole, and lay the muck over here on this side of the dam, and then set me up a pump, trash pump, something to suck that water out of that hole to keep this water off me till I get the dam up in the air, if that makes sense. But I'm excited, guys. This is going to be a fun project. Well, there's a lot going on with this thing. A lot of dirt work going on, but it's a perfect spot. I'm talking about perfect spot for a pond. But you guys can see the water. I've ditched this where it'll keep getting out down through there a little better. But there's just a wet weather spring comes out of the ground over there somewhere, I'm assuming. But I'm really excited. This is going to be a perfect spot. It's pretty. It's just everything I've ever dreamed of is coming to life, guys, and I'm so glad I can share it with you guys. And I've been wanting to play, you know, a piece of property, a place to call my own for a long time now, and it's finally coming to fruition here, and it's gonna be a fun one. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and if you guys like, you know, watching me build ponds and stuff like that, then this is going to be right up your alley, because this is going to be a fun one. But guys, I appreciate everybody new here that's subscribed, and all you guys that are watching. It just means a lot, and I'm gonna try to keep trying to get these videos pumped out for you guys, and it's going to be a fun one, so y'all stay tuned.